All right. History in the making. Very first episode. Numero uno. Welcome, everyone. My name is Amir Goes. This is MahboobTubeTV. I am here to tell you why I love Los Angeles sports and sports in general, really. I'm a World Cup fan. I'm a Laker fan. I'm a LAFC fan. And tonight, it's going down. I'm so excited. I came a long way, all the way from downstairs. No, but welcome to MahboobTube TV Studios. I got it set up for you to stay informed as a sports fan, all about Los Angeles sports. We got a lot of NFL, go Rams. We got to get that fourth championship. We need LAFC to come through tonight on the CONCACAF Champions League. I am a 3252 member, which, if you don't know what that is, it is the official supporter group of Los Angeles Football Club. And I'm a lifelong Laker fan. I even liked them when they sucked. I even liked them in the 90s when we had Eldon Campbell and Nick Van Exel. But I will explain that to you a little bit later. I'm sorry for some of the stuff on the screen. I have no idea how to take it off. Like I said, episode number one, we learn as we go, but I'm glad you're here to join in on the fun. So, what we got tonight, we got our Laker ring celebration. So excited. December 22nd, 2020. I was able to catch them all. I was a virtual fan. Thank you very much. And LAFC is playing tonight in our first ever final. Now that is huge, and if they win tonight against Tigres at 7, then that's a third championship for Los Angeles. Congrats, everyone! I don't even know how I'm gonna celebrate. Definitely not gonna riot. I do not recommend that, and I'm definitely gonna. I don't know. I'll probably cheat on my diet most likely. I will eat a lot of popcorn, maybe put some gummy bears in my Red Bull, which is one of my favorite things to do. Well, actually, I'm definitely doing that. But whether they win or lose, both games are going down at 7 p.m. How is this possible? So my name's Amir. I have one daughter. Her name is Mila. I have a beautiful partner named Monica, and we have a baby on the way. Yes, a stranger. Just kidding. He is entering this house. He is due in 2 weeks, December 31st. Oh my gosh. Not even 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. But the point is, I explained to Monica, please, whatever you do, do not have this baby today. Once we beat Club America, I already had this marked down in the calendar for a while because I knew the Lakers were going to get their rings against the Clippers. So I knew tonight was going to be important, but dang, I did not know it was going to be this important with LAFC playing at the same time on the same day. I can't believe it. It's actually happening. Now, if they lose, oh well. I will forget about it so fast. No, I'm kidding. I'm a sports fan, so it's hard to forget, and I'll probably think about it all night long. Maybe till 2 in the morning. I'm not really sure, but hopefully, I'm praying this year is our year. Los Angeles, get on up. Oh my God. Woo. So let me tell you a little bit about myself so we all could get to know each other a little bit better. All right. Can you see that? This is going to be a podcast vlogcast. So I will be doing this as a podcast, but I also will be showing. Oh yes, you can see that. Awesome, blossom. I'm using new software and using new things, so trying to get used to it. And this is about to get very real, and I'm hoping to do this forever and ever. And we will all celebrate the good times and the bad. Whew, gosh, there's right now in Los Angeles. I live in Inglewood, California, very close to the stadium. I had to move on out here. I'm originally from the San Fernando Valley. What's up, 818? Shout out, big shout out. Uyashaka. But I love the valley. It's one of my favorite places to be. But I had to move. I got a house out here, a duplex, and I said I need to be as close to the stadium as magically possible because I knew the Rams would be always a fan favorite around here in Los Angeles, and I really wanted to be near the action. That's what I love about LA. There's always action going down, and I need to be near it. But lordy lord, did I know that coronavirus was going to be like this? Brand new stadium, no one's even been able to step in there. Are you serious? Oh, gosh, what a year, huh? But as a Los Angeles sports fan, it has been quite awesome. I'm not gonna lie. So let's get it on. When did I first fall in love with sports? Let me tell you. Let me tell you. So, if you don't know me already, let me explain something. I am half Mexican, half Persian slash Iranian, in case no one knows out there. But we grew up with family nights every Friday night. My Persian side would always live together very closely, and we'd always get together every Friday. And one of the things I loved about getting close to my family was celebrating the good times with my cousins, birthdays all the time, Persian food all the time, the quality stuff, not the fake stuff. So it was awesome. And then I always will remember my uncles, my dad, always watching the Lakers on a Friday night. And that's my first true love was with the Lakers. I remember watching Magic Johnson when towards the end of his career. And then I also remember Nick Van Exel. He was my favorite player. I used to want to be left-handed just because of that man. I know, kind of weird. But this started early, 6, 7 years old, and my dad and his brothers would always play soccer as well, so that I automatically got into that. But I always loved all kind of sports. I mean, I remember in middle school I played volleyball, which was a lot of fun too. uh, I don't play anymore, but that was pretty good times. And then I'd play basketball, of course, and football. But we didn't have a soccer team at my middle school elementary school, so I always had to play on the weekends with my cousins. We would sit down and watch World Cups all the time, which was just another. That's a whole nother topic, really. I am a huge fan of World Cups. Anything to represent your country, that's what's up. So my first true love was the Lakers, and I'll never forget it. Even one time, our power went out in the house, and we had to sit in the van and watch it while we ate some carne asada. And I just will never forget those times growing up. And because Los Angeles, I mean, I think at that time we had the Raiders, but I wasn't trying to get shot at the time. So I remember my very first Super Bowl that I fell in love with NFL, and it was with the San Francisco 49ers, Jerry Rice, Steve Young, baby. And I think they beat the Chargers. Actually, I know it. They beat the Chargers 49 to something. And I was like, their name are the 49ers and they won by they scored 49. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And of course, I do have one older brother. He's 11 and a half months apart from me. So we're Irish Chinese twins, as they say. But he liked the Cowboys growing up. So sibling rivalry right away. Anytime the Cowboys and 49ers would play each other, we would get all hyped up for it, sit around and watch it 1000%. But I knew, once the Rams were announced to coming back to LA, and because I live here and I'm a passionate fan, I knew I'd have to make a really weird decision, especially they play in the same division. But I said, you know what? I could always support the 49ers. And anytime they play each other, I could always hope for a tie, which I do every time. But I'm going to become a Rams fan now. I mean, I never supported them when they're in St. Louis, but I mean, new stadium, back to LA. So that's where they're originally from. So I said, you know what? I could do this. So I am a Rams supporter now, and I still never forget my true love in the 49ers. But it's been a rough past two Super Bowls, that's for sure. Um, Gosh, don't even remind me. It's been crazy. And yeah, so if I were to rank my teams, or I rank my sports, let's say, I would rank it at soccer, then basketball, then NFL for sure. I never really got into hockey because I do not like the cold. Hello, I grew up in LA. Hello, 818, what up? So that's not even going to be an option. But Yeah, and my favorite sport right now is definitely soccer. I love watching the European leagues. I am a Barcelona fan. What up? Sorry, Real Madrid haters. I love Messi. I love Messi. And I remember in my teenage years, I was playing a lot of FIFA at the time, and that's when I'm like, I don't get it. There's no American soccer, but what's up with these European teams? Everyone would talk about it on the soccer team in high school, and that's when Messi came out smoking. And I always loved Brazilians, so I mean, having Ronaldinho on the team, that was pretty awesome. So I said, I'm gonna see what's up, and I gotta pick one. So I love Thierry Henry. So for my England league, I pick Arsenal. Fortunately, unfortunately, and then for Spain league, I pick Barcelona. And then for MLS, I mean, I never got into it. I was like, everyone kind of sucks. And, Beckham, Gerard, they were already past their prime. I just didn't see myself really getting into it until I got a magical phone call. He said, Hey, Amir. All right, here we go. Bring. Hi, this is Los Angeles Football Club. Would you like to become a supporter? I said, What is LAFC? She said, You could pay $25 and you get a cool little keychain. You get your name on a brick in the new stadium. And I was like, I don't know much about it, but let's just do it. Let's do it. F it. That's the story of my life. F it. But so so I went in. I bought that keychain. I got the brick with my name on it. Supposedly, I don't know. I've never really seen it, but maybe this next season I'll go and look for it. And I was headed to the World Cup, July or June 2018, and their first 8 games were away. Me and a friend, Casey, shout out Casey. We ended up buying season tickets to their first season because I said, you know what, I love soccer. I don't know much about this team. I don't know what they're about, but they're gonna have a new stadium, and it's going to be right here in my hometown of LA. And I love hearing those old like Liverpool supporters or like really old soccer fans that are like telling all their kids, when I was your age and they just came out, I went to all the games. I wanted to be that guy. So I said, I could hit the ground running with this team. If they suck, they suck. But that's the beauty of sports. So we bought our season tickets, and I said, you know what, this could be a nice little warm up to get my lungs and shouting and cheering skills ready for the World Cup. And I went to the very first game, 90th minute goal, beautiful stadium. I couldn't believe it. The chants, the atmosphere in the stadium, I was hooked right away. So I ended up leaving to the World Cup, and I will save you that story. But the beautiful part about sports is, the interaction between people. The pregame is always the best because you have no idea who's about to win. You're just there because you love it. You're happy you made it. It's all about competition. I love competition, but I also love haters. So the haters motivate me. What can I say? And when they when you have a team that you love so much that it hurts so much when they lose, you're in the right place. But when they win, complete opposite. You're going sky high. Nothing better than the feeling of winning a championship and just winning a game. It could be that simple. Who knows? Just scoring a goal, even if you're down like 5-0 and you score one, it's go time. So that's the beauty of sports. I mean, there's so many reasons why I love it. World Cups. Whew, why do I love World Cups so much? Oh my gosh. All right. So definitely I did hit up the World Cup here in the States in 94, but I was a young wee lad. I was so small, but my dad did graciously take me. Story of my life. But he did take me to the game, me and my brother and one of our uncles, and it was a great time. And I do remember it. I wasn't that small, but I do remember, entering the stadium, seeing everyone so happy, everyone chanting for their team, the roar of the crowd. It was a beautiful event, and I wish I've been to every World Cup since then, but 98 France, we didn't go, but I remember watching it on TV and just watching all the games with my cousins and how good of a time it was. It's just so magical that something comes around 4 years, every 4 years, and it could be that great. I mean, maybe it's the anticipation of it. I mean, they could have got greedy and just said, let's just do this every 2 years. But no, we got to wait 4 long years and such a process just to get there. So, being half Mexican and half Iranian, Mexico always made it. Iran, sometimes, I mean, they didn't make it every time, but when they did, it was awesome. And so out came 2006 World Cup in Germany. Mexico versus Iran. And I just remember telling my dad, we have to go to this game. He's like, don't worry. Don't worry. I think in his heart, he knew we were going to go to that game, but I didn't know. So we were able to get these crazy sick tickets from my uncle, Theo David. And thank you so much for that. And they were box seats. I mean, like all you can drink, all you can eat inside these boxes. We even had dinner after the game inside the box. So it was Mexico versus Iran, Nuremberg, 2006. And we didn't go to any other games, just that one, but it was such a good time. And my dad, he loves soccer, so he was really upset. I believe they lost 3-1, but my mom she just she likes soccer. She definitely enjoys it. I wouldn't say she loves it as much as me and my dad, but she definitely likes it, and she was so happy every goal. So it was really funny. I believe me and my brother, we painted both our faces. We had a mohawk because the colors are the same: green, white, red. I wore an Iran jersey. He wore a Mexican jersey. But with my Iran jersey, I had a Mexican flag, and then he did the opposite: Mexican jersey, Iranian flag. It was just perfect for us. So after that, it was uh, it was so good, and we even traveled around Germany, every city. The fan fests are magical, amazing. That's the best part of it. So I remember we rented a car and we just traveled everywhere, and it was so good. It was so much fun. And we even went to Amsterdam for the first time. That was freaking awesome. That's the beauty of Europe. You could literally travel everywhere really fast. So it was so good. So after that, 2010 South Africa, I said, man, I'm not trying to die. No offense, South Africa. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. It was my young brain. So we didn't end up going, but 4 years after that, 2014 in Brazil, it's like a religion over there. I couldn't miss it. I was about to do anything, sell my car, whatever it takes just to get there. So my dad and I, long story short, my dad and I ended up going together. He probably didn't want me to die. No, but we ended up seeing all Iran games, all three of them. And shout out Salvador, Brazil. We spent a lot of time there, and that was so much fun in that city. And we went to different cities in Brazil just to see the games and going to all the fan fests again. And I met some really great people, some people that I'm still friends with today. I think that's also really, really good part about it. Dang, I wonder, can you see that? Um, so they so that was a really good time, and I'll never forget it. And the people of Brazil were so nice to us. No one tried to kill me. We went to a lot of parties. We went to a lot of. I was drinking a lot at that time, so it was pretty awesome. And 4 years later, that's after that World Cup, I said, you know what? Every World Cup I'm gonna go to. I have to, no matter what. So after that came Russia. Well, me and my dad were already set on going. We said we have to go to this. This is going to be way too much fun. And I ended up convincing. They always wanted to go, but I just had to beg them and said, "Whatever you guys do, please come with me. Just come." So two of my cousins, shout out Shaheen and Aideen, they ended up coming, and it was one of the best vacations of my life by far. That was finally the World Cup that Iran had a huge chance of getting past the knockout stages. We went to all three games again, and the Iran versus Morocco, which was the first game, 90 plus minute own goal to give Iran the win. It was so good. It was so good. And I just remember the feeling after that game of excitement. After we played Spain, even knowing we still had a chance, we went to go play Portugal, and if we would have just tied or won that game, we would have gone up. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. But you know what? Ronaldo should have got a red card. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Uh, it was man, it was crazy. But Moscow was beautiful. I was able to meet up my friend Jared, who went over there. He went to the Iran Morocco game as well. We ended up going at tail end of it to see Denmark and France play, and just going to different stadiums, going to different cities, meeting the people, embracing their culture. I mean, I was an American in Russia, and I'm like, I don't really know, supporting Iran, supporting Mexico, but damn, I was wrong, and that's the beauty of it. These people were so nice to us. Everyone was so helpful, so welcoming, teaching us the culture, showing us where to go. Partying all night. It was so weird. I remember one night we went out, and the sun started coming up at like 2:30 or 3 a.m. I'm like, what? It's 2:30 a.m. It looks like it's 8 a.m. So that's very weird, but it was some good times. So I got to share with you some stories another time. I don't want to take up too much time today, but there's a lot of stories, and I'm looking forward to the next World Cup in Qatar. Definitely got to hit it up, and I also am looking forward to the USA, Mexico, and Canada sharing it in 2026. That's gonna be extremely fun. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine, and I really hope Inglewood hosts one of the games. I really hope so. So LAFC, you know how I got involved. That lady called me. I love her. I don't even know her name, but I should find it out. And it was good. So I went to the World Cup, and when I came back, it was full on fan mode. I'm like, I'm going to every game. I was planning on selling a few, but after that first game, I was like, what? What? This is way too much fun. So I ended up going section 135 shout out at the Bank of California Stadium. I love their colors. I love the fact that Carlos Vela was on the team. I was just supporting him in Russia, and he even scored, and he was just on fire, and the whole feeling of it, and finally building a great culture in Los Angeles, and it was just something I don't think I'll ever experience again. And I'm looking forward to being that old guy telling my children, I remember that first season like it was yesterday. Okay, I don't know why I have to have an accent when I say it, but I just imagine it being like that, sitting on a stump somewhere. I'm not really sure. Okay, but then the rivalry began. LAFC versus Galaxy. Myself and Casey would go to all the games, and we would even go to the game when it was out there in Carson, California, at the Galaxy Stadium. And I remember one of our, I believe, yeah, it was our first game going over there. We told each other, hey, look, we're here to have a good time. They're going to want to fight us because we're all decked out in LAFC. But whatever we do, let's not fight. Let's not prove our girlfriends right. We can have a good time. We can drink. We can be merry. And we cannot die. So my first two steps inside the stadium, some drunk ass mofo comes behind me, grabs my hat, and just chucks it. Oh my. This would only happen to me. This would only happen to me. So I said, it's go time. So I ran after him, of course. But smarter heads prevailed. I showed security. I said, that man over there just threw my hat. And then but when we got to the guy, he was already trying to fight with someone else. So thankful, grateful, I guess. Everything happens for a reason. But it sucks for him because he got kicked out of the game so fast, so early. The game didn't even start. What an idiot. But those things happen in sports, and you just can't get stabbed, really. So it was a magical game, so much fun. It's great having a rivalry like that, and I'm so happy we keep getting the best of them. We knocked them out of the playoffs, and the second season I ended up, because we were in section 134, so I remember seeing the supporter section 3252, and if you're not familiar, it's standing section only. They throw beers every time they score up in the air. Fantastic. And I said, you know what? I got to be there. Every time we score a goal, smoke comes out of the capos holding them and the boxes and people leading chants. I was like, oh no, this is where it's at. This is where the party is. When in section 135, it was awesome, but I mean, I would cuss at the ref and I would yell and say weird things, and everyone looked at me side-eyed. So I said, you know what? I gotta do something about this. So I ended up joining, and shout out LAFC crew for welcoming me with open arms. There's a supporter section, umbrella as a whole, if you could see it, 3252, then subgroups within it. I guess that's how they probably try to control us, even though Ultras fans control. No, but we so we so I ended up joining LAFC crew. Shout out Hank, LAFC Hank on Instagram if you want to see him. But I would really recommend anyone joining LAFC crew because they are such a legit group of guys. I made friends with everybody so fast, and it just seems that now it was um it was great, and we have our own little section over there, and everyone looks out for each other. It becomes almost like a brother slash sisterhood. I don't want to leave out any sisters out there, but it becomes like that. So you want to look out for everyone's best interest, make sure everyone's safe, and pregame before, and just drink, drink, drink at that time. I'll save that story for later. But so it was just super magical, and I will never forget the first time I stayed there. And it embraced the culture. I was throwing beers up in the air and chanting, learning all the words, jumping up and down, sha la 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 la. No, Diego Rossi, Diego Rossi, oh Diego Rossi, oh Diego Rossi. He scored our first goal against the Sounders. He scored our first goal against the Sounders. Diego Rossi. All right, sorry. So we also have drummers there, which just gets you all hyped up, and you can yell whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, but mostly a lot of things that I probably would never say in public that I say there. But it was a great time, season two, and I'm gonna keep those the rest of my life. And it sucks that everything got shut down, and I remember the Leon game and then our last game of the season over there, and it was just getting so hyped. And that brings me back to CONCACAF Champions League. Now we lost again to Seattle Sounders in our playoffs, and I'm so still upset about it. But please check out my Instagram at AmirGoes24. That's where I usually post daily, a lot of stories. Whenever I was going to games, I would always post there. So now I'm trying to post there and YouTube. But I got a lot of good LAFC stuff on my Instagram, especially that I was attending like nearly almost every game. And I would also have my Snapchat spectacles on, so I just like firsthand be able to do stuff like that. And it was so cool. I'm looking forward to getting back with me boys. I really want to go back so bad. If anything, that's why I'll get the vaccine, just to do that. No, I'm kidding. But I'll probably just get the vaccine because I got kids now, man. I got kids. No, but tonight they pulled it off. I mean, this CONCACAF Champions League got canceled since March, and now it's back on. And now we beat Cruz Azul. Now we beat Club America, those little crybabies. And now, tonight, we have made our first final versus Tigres. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen for sure, but I could hope. And what I do hope will happen is LAFC gets it done tonight. Maybe in penalty kicks. Who knows? But I'm going to go ahead and say 2-1. 2-1. You heard it here first. Woo. Man, I'm so scared. But I'm looking forward to the Lakers getting their rings tonight, too. I mean, that's probably going to be happening pretty soon. I believe both of the games start at 7, but I don't know what time the ring ceremony is. I got to probably look that up. So I will end this pretty soon because I don't want to rush it. I got to set up my projector and then I set up the other TV. Make sure the baby's cool. Kiss Monica and Mila and say, you know what? Everything's going to be fine. If I start to freak out, don't judge me. Don't judge me. It's all I want. I just don't want to be judged. But I want the glory to be in my hands tonight. I should have bought confetti. It should have been a good sign of things to come. Lakers and Clippers, loving that new rivalry. Um, I I ended up buying the LA Times magazines and I put it on my wall and it just looks so beautiful and I love passing by it and seeing LeBron hugging. Everyone's so happy. The Dodgers. How have I not mentioned the Dodgers yet? I used to go to the games with my grandpa, and he would take us. And I was never a huge baseball fan until college. I don't know why. I just started watching it more, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is actually not boring at all." So I started to support the Dodgers and all the World Series they went to, and I even went to a World Series game with some friends, and that was fun. And we just kept losing, so it was kind of heartbreaking. But this year it was nice because I didn't expect much. I said, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. If we lose, I'm used to it. I'm like a beating down horse. But glory, glory be Almighty. Baby Jesus has answered my prayers, and we won it this year. So I went out and bought the LA Times version uh, the day after they won it too, and that's always fun to look at. Mm. So today could be 3 for 3. Another nice trophy in the cabinet. Oh, let me take a step back. Let me have a sip of this Red Bull. Whew. I am so excited. Hopefully, hopefully, LA is the city of champions. That's for sure. That's what we know. But tonight will be so great for soccer around the world, for Los Angeles sports, and especially for my friend Bob Bradley and for me amigo Carlos Vela. We also used to have a Persian guy on the team. Shout out Stephen Betashore. Unfortunately, he was there the first 2 seasons. The third season, I don't know why. Let's just say probably money. But they didn't end up picking him up. In my opinion, pay the man what he's worth. He's worth every dime. I used to love it. I would go to the games with my Iran flag supporting him. We had a Mexican, Carlos Vela. It was just like that team was just calling my name. Everything was saying, Amir, love me. And oh, I said, I love you. But it was great, and I'm just so excited for tonight. Lakers, LAFC, that's what's up. So hopefully, I will be actually not. Hopefully, I will be doing this vlog what vlogcast podcast. Definitely once a week, maybe after every game. I'm not quite sure. Haven't decided in my head, but I want to talk about sports. I want to talk about LA sports. I want to talk about things I love. I want to do interviews with cool people, interesting people. I don't even care where they're from, really, but I want to do some interviews. I want to talk about my life more. I want to just vent to you guys about everything that's going on in my life. But first things first, we getting double victories tonight. One more important than the other. But I'm excited to see the Lakers get their rings and I'm just excited. It's a good time to be alive. Woo! It's a good time to be alive. All right. So we're like an hour away from game time. So I'm gonna marry my way. I'm gonna skip my way downstairs and see what's going on. And if you want to check out my Instagram at AmirGoes24, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would like to get to 1,000 subscribers sooner rather than later. Sooner the better. Share with your friends. Let them know. Please subscribe to Amir Goes um, YouTube channel, MahboobTubeTV, and check it out. Oh, got that last year, baby. But my last name is Mahboob, so don't even worry. Don't think I'm some kind of something. Don't even think about it. It's my last name, you hater. But yeah, so please go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I post a ton of content. I have free giveaways that are super easy to enter every 14th of the month. And I'm looking forward to it. And I already announced this wine bottle I'm giving away. And I'm going to announce the winner at halftime of the Laker game. Perfect, right? Perfect. So I look forward to making someone very happy. It's a super sick wine bottle. Let me show you. Bam! So sick. It's by Mono's Wine. It's etched on. This is not a sticker. Shablam! Bingo! Look at that. 2020 champions. Oh, dang! I don't even want to give it away. I got another one for myself, really. A different kind, a different look, but this one's pretty sick, I must say. But I love Mono's Wine. Check them out, monoswine.com. We are looking for sponsors, Mono's Wine, just in case. But yeah, you got to check out their stuff, especially if you're a sports fan. Monoswine.com. That's where it's at. And I'm looking forward to everything tonight. So catch me on our next episode. Thanks for joining episode 1. I really appreciate you being here. I will be forever grateful for you, my friend. And looking forward to this new adventure. And go Lakers, go LAFC. Let's get this third championship in 2024 Los Angeles. Thanks, everyone. Check you later. Time to get my Red Bull and gummy bears ready. Peace.